Welcome to the Rebel Health Coach Podcast with Thom Underwood. Armed with truth and knowledge, your journey to a healthy lifestyle can be obtained. Preventative wellness, quality nourishment, and daily fitness routines dramatically improve your outlook on life as a whole. And you'll find the support and info you need to accomplish a healthier lifestyle here. Together, we can empower each other along our journey to an amazing you.
Woohoo! Welcome to the 50th episode of the Rebel Health Coach Podcast. First, I would like to take a minute and thank each and every one of you for listening. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate it very much. It's crazy to think this idea started 3 years ago at a health coach retreat in Port St. Lucie, Florida. Thom, you should start a podcast, they said. It is easy, they said. Well, it isn't as easy as they said it was going to be. And who is they? As a matter of fact, it's a lot of work. Reading the books of upcoming guests, scheduling guests, writing copy, writing questions, and doing the podcast, putting it out there. I thank my production team for doing all the work. Podcast masters, Cody and the crew, Ben the wizard on editing. That guy can make birds disappear, I can tell you. It's crazy. Anyway, you see, at this retreat, Chel Hamilton from Meditation's mini podcast was giving a lecture on podcasting and how to start a podcast. And that's how this all came about. Chel, I would like to take a minute and thank you for introducing me to this realm of podcasting. She was a guest on episode 17, and her podcast is one I recommend to clients frequently who need some guided meditation and are crunched for time. And I use it myself as well. My niche is health and wellness. And in this realm of podcast, there are some heavy hitters that I have much respect for and admire. For example, Stephen Cabral from Cabral Concept Podcast does a podcast daily. And I'm crazy to think about doing a podcast daily when I do one every other week and I'm crunched for time. I can't imagine doing one daily, but he does a fantastic job. He joined me back on episode 20 to discuss CBD. Next up, and one of my personal favorites, is Ben Greenfield. Ben was kind enough to take the time out of his busy schedule and join me on episode 32, The 5 Invisible Variables that will make or break your mind, body, and spirit. The Ben Greenfield Fitness Podcast is another one of my personal favorites, and is highly suggest you listen to that one. I know that the Rebel Health Coach Podcast is a small fish in a big pond of health and wellness podcasts. My goal for this podcast, and it has been all along, is to cover all things health and wellness related. From meditation, self-love, food, hormones, supplements, everything that I can think of in the health and wellness realm, including biohacking. My theory is if one of my shows changes someone's life, I've done my job. And I stick by that today. Now for some stats. Through 49 episodes, this podcast has been downloaded and listened to over 9,700 times as I am recording this today. In 36 countries around the globe. Crazy for me to even think about it. I have to give thanks to God for his blessings in my life and this show. Like I said, my goal is to change people's lives in this crazy world we live in today. So every podcast I put in the work for, I hope it reaches you. I hope it makes you explore the options that are out there in the health and wellness realm. Now, let's go back to the beginning when I first started this podcasting journey. Thom Underwood Wellness was then called Three Roses Wellness, which was a ministry to help those in need of getting healthy and find help without funds to hire a functional health coach or practitioner. Three Roses Wellness is now a division of Thom Underwood Wellness. This change came about thanks to our good friends at the IRS and needed to be separated. So it's still available if needed. There is an application for assistance on the main page of Thom Underwood Wellness. Scroll all the way to the bottom and you'll see the application in the bottom footnotes. Now, for a quick review of the top downloaded episodes of the 49 shows that have been released. Number 1 is episode 36, Test, Don't Guess, Hormonal Health and the Dutch Test, with my dear friend, Dr. Carrie Jones, who is the medical director for Precision Analytical and is an international recognized speaker, consultant, and educator on the topic of women's health and hormones. In this show, we covered hormonal health and the Dutch test, which is manufactured by Precision Analytical. Next up is episode number 35, the optimal health model. Maximize, minimize, and prioritize. This was part 1 and a solo episode by me, yours truly, of 3 episodes. The 3 steps to optimal health and living a healthy life were maximizing what is needed, minimizing what is harmful, and prioritizing an environment for healing. In part 1 of this series, I was focusing on maximizing what our bodies need to live a healthy and happy life. Episode number 37 is the next one up. The origin of KB Pure Essentials and the life-changing benefits of CBD oil with Brooke Brunn and Katie Moody, the co-founders of KB Pure Essentials. I enjoyed doing this podcast. These 2 ladies were a hoot, and I love them dearly. And I sell their products on my website, and they are going to come back here and do another episode shortly and update us on some of the new stuff they've added to their line and some rebranding things they've done. And we'll talk more about CBD oil. Their goal is to bring the life and health-changing benefits of CBD to every individual through easy accessibility while leading the way in community education. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate you very much. Next up are some recent episodes, and these really hit home for a lot of people. This was a series on hormone replacement therapy or bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. Episode number 43, Hormone Replacement Therapy, Past to Present. This was part 1 of the series. In this episode, I was joined by Marie Hoig and my buddy Anthony Labres to cover what BHRT is, bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, and everything you might want to know about it. Next episode up is episode 47, bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, menopause prevention, and female hormone health. In this episode, this was part 4, I was joined by my good friend, Marie Hoig, and Marie is the founder and CEO of Panacea Sciences, where we were discussing getting a woman to the hormonal sweet spot and menopause. Next up in that same series was episode 48, Hormone Replacement Therapy. What questions should a woman ask a doctor specializing in hormone replacement therapy? I should say bioidentical hormone replacement therapy because that's what we're searching for. And that was part 5 with Dr. James Nagel, who specializes in advanced hormone restoration therapy and started Quality of Life Medicine, a boutique for hormone medicine clinic that specializes in advanced hormone restoration therapies. I love that episode, and I love Dr. James Nagel, and I appreciate him for coming on, and he will be back for more episodes. Dr. Nagel is an internal medicine physician that had a life-changing event and switched his practice from allopathic medicine to functional medicine and then specialized in hormones. Next up is episode number 40, Letting It Be, with a dear friend of mine from the past, Dr. Lisa Templeton. She is a clinical psychologist, author, musician, poet, and spiritual guide. She founded and owns Interpersonal Healing Clinic in Denver, or outside of Denver, I should say. We discussed her amazing new book, Letting It Be, Mindful Lessons Towards Acceptance. Last, number 8 of the top downloaded episodes was Transforming the Overweight Mind with Jay Nixon. In this episode, we discussed his great book, The Overweight Mind, The Undeniable Truth Behind Why You're Not Losing Weight. Jay himself has recently started a podcast as well, Thrive Forever Fit with Jay Nixon. I suggest you give it a listen too. It's a nice short podcast, and it's full of everything weight loss, man. It's cool. I've enjoyed this journey, and would like to say thank you to all those who have taken the time out of their busy schedules to join me for these episodes in the past 2 years. I am grateful for each and every one of you. You are blessed me amazingly. Some of my favorites was my instructor, Tracy Harrison, where we discussed functional medicine. I enjoyed talking to some of my fellow students in the Functional School of Applied Functional Medicine as well. And I've got more of those coming. Well, before I move on, as the Grateful Dead sang in Truckin', what a long, strange trip it's been. And yes, it has. It's been a long, strange trip. And I'm grateful for the listeners, you, the listeners. I'm grateful for the guests. And that's all I got to say about that. Now, I would like to take a minute to discuss some things that have been weighing on my mind. Weight loss in general is one of them. The U.S. weight loss market is estimated to be worth $70 billion in 2018 and climbing. Continued high rates of obesity and overweight people, coupled with low unemployment and higher disposable income, are boosting this market and feeding it rapidly. I mean, just go to Google weight loss and you'll get all kinds of gurus and gurus popping up of how to lose weight and all kinds of different programs. Yet 95% gain that weight back again after a diet. Why does this happen? Mindset and changing bad habits is one of the first ones that come to my mind, not to mention getting to the root cause of weight gain. Some of the root causes are gut health, food allergies like dairy and gluten, insulin resistance, your hormones, maybe even a prescription you may be on for anxiety, depression, or birth control, or stress. Also stress. Stress causes weight gain. Believe it or not, lack of sleep causes weight gain. There are many factors in weight loss. Mindset, in my opinion, is the biggest one in keeping it off and lasting change. Let's talk about mindset for a minute. Are you surrounding yourself with people who support you? Do you have negative self-talk about yourself inside your brain? You need to get rid of that crap. No bueno. If you don't change your mindset, you're going to gain the weight back. That's just a fact. I suggest you go back and listen to the Optimal Health Model, Maximize, Minimize, and Prioritize series. Episode number 35, I discuss maximizing what is needed for our bodies to thrive. In episode 41, I discuss minimizing the things that are harmful to our bodies. And lastly, in episode 45, I discuss prioritizing the things that create an environment for healing in our bodies. One of the reasons I wanted to address this today is I saw a meme on Facebook, and it kind of hit me. This meme, and I'll post it in the show notes, was a 30-day challenge. And the meme said this: 30-day challenge, no chips, no potatoes, no ice cream, no fast food, no fried food, no chocolate, no white breads, no soda or juice, no cakes or donuts, no cookies or candy. And could you do it? And some of the comments in the thread that this was posted on simply amazed me because, first of all, what do they have in common? Potatoes are grown in the dirt, but white potatoes aren't good for you. I'm going to say sweet potatoes should be on. Sweet potatoes would be okay for this 30-day challenge. And really, you could eliminate potatoes altogether because there are some potatoes that are good for you. I think they're talking about white potatoes here, but we're going to go with that. The rest of the list is all man-made foods. These are all made in factories. Chips, ice cream, fast food, fried food, chocolate, white breads, sodas and juices, cakes and donuts, cookies and candies. What amazes me is, why do people find it so difficult to do this for 30 days? This should be something you do all the time. Now, do I eat healthy 100% of the time? No, absolutely not. I enjoy Aunt Betty's cake on her birthday. I also enjoy a pint of Chunky Monkey once a month. That's a sugar overload. And that's not man-made, I know. I practice a 90-10 rule in my life. 90% healthy, 10% I get to cheat. Now, there's an 80-20 rule where 80% healthy, 20%. I suggest 90-10. That's why I limit my ice cream and Aunt Betty's cake to once a month. And if Aunt Betty's not having a birthday, I might even throw another Piney Chunky Monkey in there, to be honest. But in my opinion, diet is a 4-letter word, period. There's an end of subject on that. Diet is a 4-letter word. This is a lifestyle change. This is not rocket science. Just eat real food. And I know we live in a society today where nobody really wants to cook. But you know what? Throw the music on, break out the cutting board, and cook. I personally use Blue Apron, and they deliver to my door once a week, and I get 3 meals from them. And that's meals for 2. So that makes me 6 meals. I have cook one night, have the leftovers the next. It's pretty simple. I know not everybody can do that, but you know what? Actually, it saves me money at the grocery store in the long run, because what I get every week is different. So I'm not eating the same crap every night and get bored. I can choose my menu through Blue Apron. It's delivered to my door. I don't have to go to the grocery store. It's $60, $59.95. And I can't buy those things at the grocery store to make those meals that I get from Blue Apron for that price, because I'd have to buy bulk, and then the stuff would go bad. So it breaks down for me. And it probably breaks down for a couple of 2. But a family of 4, then you're talking differently. So let's talk food for a minute. Address whole and broken food first. Many oils are broken. Most flour is broken. In particular, get omega-6 fats from your whole foods, not oils. This step overall will make the diet overall less inflammatory and lower glycemic. Next, address insulin resistance if present, with reducing carbohydrate intake significantly, at least temporarily, for 3 to 6 months. Next, address antioxidant status and the omega-3-6 balance as a top priority. Basically, my theory is this. I would reduce my omega-6s, and if you're supplementing with omega-6, stop, because you get enough omega-6 from the standard American diet. So if you could, get your omega-6s from real food, such as vegetables, and then just eat real food. That's all I can say about that. Oil, omega-3s you can get from extra virgin olive oil, avocados. There's a whole bunch of things you can get omega-3s from, but I do recommend actually taking a good quality fish oil. For obesity and reversing diabetes, anchor each meal with a protein. Remember that weight loss can increase toxicity and thus increase inflammation. Many, many, many of my clients feel better eating entirely grain-free also. And I have a grain-free podcast coming up. But it does take some adjustment. Obviously, it's not the American way. Also address emotional eating. Excess anything in the diet is eventually stored as fat. So keep your excess eating out of the way. Now, there's no quick fix here. There's no magic pill. There's no magic multi-level marketing company supplement that's going to change your weight. I hate to tell you that. And I hate to break it to some of the multi-level marketing people, but there's no magic here. I want you to be healthy. I want to watch you get off your medications. I want to celebrate with you. It's easy. Nope, it's not easy. But believe me, the feeling when you have to buy clothes 2 sizes smaller, when you get positive feedback from your friends and family, and when you don't have to get that RX filled every month. Now, you're saying, Thom, the standard American diet is what I do. And there's a reason why it's called the standard American diet and SAD for short, because it is sad. that that's the way we eat. But it has to change because we have a healthcare crisis in the United States of America right now. And it's because of this. Obesity is running rampant. See, I know. I live this. In February of 2007, I was 289 pounds. Today, I'm 178 today. And that was over 10 years ago. I get it. I feel your pain. That's exactly why I decided to take this journey, so that I can help people get healthy, change, overcome the bullshit in your head, fix the root causes of weight gain, like type 2 diabetes and metabolic syndrome, thyroid issues, hormone issues, et cetera, et cetera. I had metabolic syndrome in 2007. My physician broke out his prescription pads, or pad, I should say, not pads. And he wrote 4 prescriptions for me. But being diagnosed with metabolic syndrome struck a chord with me. That's, my father passed away of metabolic syndrome. So I took those prescriptions, and in front of my physician, I walked over to the trash and threw them in there. The look on his face was priceless. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm not going to take these. I'm going to do this myself, doc." I know my doctor told me at that time, too, that type 2 diabetes was not reversible. That's bullshit. It's 100% reversible, as is metabolic syndrome, as is many other diseases I see. I see it every day with my fellow practitioners working with people. I personally know 2 people who have reversed cancer in their bodies without medical treatments. We don't have a healthcare system right now. We have a sick care system. And stop the madness and take control over your own destiny and your own life. Don't listen to the doctors. You can do this. Reach out to a functional medicine doctor or practitioner. Reach out to me. Reach out to my friends. Because you know what? Like I said earlier, you Google weight loss programs and you'll be overwhelmed by them. Believe me. I may not be your guy if you want to lose weight for a wedding, for a photo shoot, for a swimsuit season. Honestly, I don't want to help you if that's what you're looking for, because you're going to gain it back and I haven't done my job then. I want to help you create a lifestyle for the rest of your life. I want to help you live a life you enjoy. I want you to be able to walk upstairs without huffing and puffing, without sweating profusely. I want you to send me pictures of you walking your daughter down the aisle, playing with your grandchildren. What I want for you is long-term health and wellness. That's what I want for you. I want to help you become the best version of yourself, so that when you see that same meme I was discussing and say, "Hell, that's easy. I do that every day," instead of saying, "I can't do that." Because it's not that difficult. If you keep in mind eating real food. If it's made in a factory, don't put that shit in your pie hole. Unless it's once a month and you want some Ben & Jerry's. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up for today. I would like to ask a couple things. First of all, I offer a free 20-minute consultation. Go to my website, and on the homepage at the bottom is a red button that says Book Now. Click on it and schedule your consultation with me. Before our meeting, I will have you fill out an intake form so that during the consultation, we can discuss moving forward. If I'm not the person for you and I don't feel that we're a good fit, I will suggest somebody else. I have a network of people that I can suggest. And if you don't feel we're a good fit, just say so. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Believe me, it's hard to hurt my feelings. I just want to see you get help. I want to see you reverse the diseases that are in your body. I want to see you lose weight and keep it off for 10 plus years like I have. Next up, I would like to ask you to please go and rate and review this show. Leave a comment. Leave a simple comment. Rate and review it. It helps my show grow. It helps me learn what I'm doing right or wrong. I mean, if it's bad, post it in there. I want to know. Anyway, much love to everybody out there in this world listening to this today. I appreciate you, and God bless. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining in today with the Rebel Health Coach, Thom Underwood. And be sure to subscribe to the show so you can catch all the episodes. With desire and commitment, you can implement a lifestyle of wellness and fitness. For the support, encouragement, and tools you need to be successful, visit ThomUnderwood.net.